the Time Corridor.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Master Power Cast. We are going through the time corridor, as the sorceress said, and we're going to be discussing some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I can't do the Christian Slater voice that well from the Wizard,
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
But we're going to be talking
not
about
much better.
Return of the Shredder. This is going to be the first episode from season 2. Season 1, of course, was only 6 episodes long. And actually, in talking with James, this is the first episode that aired in the UK as the Hero Turtles. There is a link down below if you want to listen to James's commentary on this episode. It's one of the first videos he posted on Serial Geek TV. So Tyler, I know the biggest reason why we chose this episode, but are there any others that really set this one apart and something that we knew that we had to talk about sooner rather than later?
Yeah, no, this was an episode, and I've always been big on episodes where characters that are outside the norm would show up, like Casey Jones, you saw Yojimbo, Metalhead, Baxter Stockman in fly form. But this is an episode I was always pumped to see come on TV. I don't know what it was about it. Like I just loved the Shredder's his plan in this episode and the ordeal that the Turtles having to clear their name, which they've had to do a multitude of times. But there's something about the Crooked Ninja Turtle gang and the Turtles taking them on in the junkyard and Shredder training them, and they're wearing paper bags on their heads. As a kid, I just thought, like, as I'm just bringing it back to him, like, but I loved this episode, and I think, like, I couldn't have been the only one because, well, we'll get into that reason here in a bit. And then NECA, of course, did Army Builders of the Crooked Ninja Turtle gang as well, and I loved the episode. I had the comic book adaptation of it as a kid from the Turtles Adventure Archie series. I just always got super pumped when the Return of the Shredder would come on. It was one of those few episodes that didn't rely on a special guest appearance that would just get me psyched up. Like those first 6 episodes always got me pumped. This one always got me pumped. And then after that, it was just pretty much like, it's Turtles, it's great, I love it. And then waiting for who's going to show up in it. The Scumbag going to be in this episode or whoever, you know?
Yeah.
But this is just and of course, yeah, I'll go into further details about what I was going to say in a little bit, but I just have always loved this episode. It's always been something that just had me alert. Oh my God, I'm in for a great time today with this episode. And look at these credentials here. You know, with David Wise and Christy Marks, so people who follow our show, they know they're very responsible for a lot of great He-Man stories. So David Wise was like the first prominent, or the prominent writer for like the first season, and Christy Marks has worked on everything from He-Man to Spider-Man, His Amazing Friends, the Clash of Arms mini comic, and amongst other great things. I know she's worked on a shit ton of other anime series in the 80s and 90s too, but just a beloved person. When her name's attached to it, you know you're in for a good time. Same thing with David Wise. So you're in good hands when you see either one of those names pop up. And we got both of them. Both credentials are on this episode, which just validates why I love this episode so fucking much.
Yeah. And of course, we skipped over the intro here, going straight to the title card. But the intro, it goes without saying, one of the greatest of all time, maybe arguably the greatest. We still need to kick around that idea of doing cartoon intro Kumite and figure out which one stands above the rest.
I guess now that you bring it back up, we really just need to get it down to like how many we're going to put. We'll set it up and then bring James in, that we've got our third member. That way, we can have a. I don't know. The last time we did we've done tier lists without. We did the Kumite with the Beast Master of the Universe. So if James can't make it, it's no reason why we still can't do it.
Right. That's true. But our episode begins. Leonardo and Michelangelo, they're doing some shopping. They're picking up some certain foods because they're gonna make pizzas. And of course, Leonardo saying, "Hey, Mikey, you need to eat a little bit better." What is he? I'm trying to remember what he said he had on his pizza last night, and he's mistaken instead.
Jelly beans and peanut butter, I think, is what he. I think. Or Leonardo's confusing with what he had the night before, and he's like, no, you're confused. I had jelly beans and peanut butter last night, or something. something along those lines. But I remember as a kid watching that, and I'm thinking like, Leonardo, you're such a killjoy. And then as an adult, I'm like, no, Leonardo, you're right. He needs to eat healthy and train. Like I'm like full on Leonardo, like, eating healthy and taking care of yourself. I love that I have done a complete 180 on my views of Leonardo from childhood to now.
I mean, that's fair. As you get older and you start to prioritize how you are in your adult life, you really start to resonate with certain characters differently than you did as a kid. Leonardo, I guess, I've shit on him quite a bit in the past, but I can appreciate what he does and brings to the team. And he's, the goody go forward. We have to train, say our prayers, eat our vitamins, kind of.
Hulk Hogan and Leonardo would get along just fine.
And then we pan over. Here's a couple of criminals. Of course, one of them says, "Put your money in the bag." Of course, the voice, and much like any other cartoon, you hear certain voices along the way, and you're just like, all right, I know who this is. I know who that is. Of course, the criminal in question is the voice of Donatello, and you can make that out pretty easily.
Yeah, Barry Gordon and Rob Paulson playing the voice of the thieves, and I never would put that together as a kid. Like, when this was in syndication on a regular show, I never picked up that the voices sounded similar. Now as an adult, like, it's like it sticks out like a sore thumb in a good way.
Yeah, like
you cannot miss that. Oh my god, like I know who's doing that voice, or that's Cam Clark, or that's Townsend Coleman doing that voice. Like,
yeah.
I get it. And this lady here reminds me of a lady I work with at Virginia Tech who I ran into the other day, and she just reminds me of this because she looks exactly like her. She doesn't talk like her, but I could see her, working at a grocery store and mistaking the turtles for salamanders or alligators.
Yeah. They're like, put the money in the bag, and she
like, well, the paper or plastic. Don't get wise.
Yeah. Of course, Leonardo spots this. We have to spring into action, so they'll go over there. So they of course, you would think that maybe they would have kept the costumes on, but that's one thing I guess that's always kind of amusing about this cartoon is we have to be ninjas. We have to lurk in the shadows, be careful, and then they're out here just doing
in the
this
wide
open, and you're like, okay, when you start to really break it down too much, much like any other cartoon, it's like, all right, now you're going too far with the nitpicking. Just enjoy the ride.
And I think if it was done today, I don't think we'd ever see the turtles shopping in a grocery store ever. I mean, if anything, maybe a convenience store at night when it's like low, and of course they're wearing the trench coats and stuff like that. But I mean, they're running around the daytime the majority of the time in the series.
Yeah.
Like there's obviously you got night episodes and scenes that take place at night, but for the most part, they're running around in broad daylight. There's no coverage. They're riding around the turtle van out in public.
Yeah.
Like, the turtle blimps up in the sky. Like there's just
whatever is here in the middle of the aisle. I don't know if it's saying that it's 70 cents and it's on sale, or it's 70% off. I can't really make it out.
I imagine I'm
gonna 70
cents. I'm gonna say 70 cents, even though the decimal should be on the other side probably. But and I imagine it looks like Folgers coffee or Campbell's soup.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with it looks like soup to me. Try to make out some of the other stuff that's on the aisle.
I guess you kind of wonder what kind of aisle they're on in the grocery store there.
Well, I mean, if we go here earlier on in the episode, it's like, all right, we see some deli meat over there. So
yeah, and
I don't know.
It almost looks like it could be like because it's I guess I think like how a Whole Foods or a Trader Joe's might look, where it's a grocery store that looks a little bit more. It's not conventional. It's different.
Yeah.
But I think I'm putting too much thought into it.
Yeah, probably.
Because really, who gives a fuck?
But they do some flippy stuff, and they're there. They got the weapons out, and of course, these guys throw their clubs at them, which they both bat away with their shells. Yep.
And you go right into it. And I always enjoyed scenes like this, seeing the turtles like kick the shit out of thieves or common thugs and hoodlums. It never got old. It was always fun to see them. It's always good when they're kicking the shit out of the Foot Clan and Shredder and his crew. But when they're just taking on your garden variety hoodlums, it was always fun to see them kick the shit out of those too.
Yeah, Michelangelo here, of course, using some baseball analogies with strike one, strike two, and then throws it, and he's like, "Ha ha ha! You missed me," and he's like, "Oh, did I?"
So yeah.
Then he blows over the tomato can display, falls on top of him. Michelangelo, very amused with himself. And then a quick scene here where Leonardo takes a slash at these eggs behind the guy, and the dude is egged. He's like, "Oh man, it's all sticky and stuff."
Which, yeah, being covered in eggs, it's pretty damn gross. So yeah, I can see him like, oh my god, like I'm done.
And then they're like, "Oh shit, the cops are coming. Well, let's go ahead and take care of these guys." So they leap up, they knock down the discount sale banner. It goes on top of the guys. They rustle around for a little bit, and they're like, "All right, job's done."
And I love too, like they still like, we got to pay for the groceries. Can we make this quick? And it's like, you boys seen my light? It's on the house.
Yeah.
You know,
thanks, lady. And then of course,
just take off with the grocery cart, which I feel like, I see a lot of people riding around with grocery carts in our area too. So,
well, not to mention you and I both worked in grocery stores.
Yeah,
at some point. So
the stories we have from working in grocery, man, you think it wouldn't be as crazy and chaotic working in a grocery store, but yeah, we see some shit working in retail like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird people that would come in the store, but never an instance where there was a holdup or anything. Of course, you would.
No, I've had to break up fights.
I've never had to do that. I've also
had to do that. I've had to call the police a couple of times. And
did you catch anyone like stealing? You're like, "Hey, get back here!"
I did. There was a kid that was coming in the store late at night. We're talking about a child, and the store I worked in was down from, an area where there's, I just say, lower income. I'll just put it that way.
Right.
And he was coming in regularly and then walking right back out. And he's probably 8, 9, maybe 10 at max.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? He seemed to be walking back to the deli an awful lot and then walking around back out. And I watched him on camera, and I approached him, I think the third time, and I said, "Do you want to take the cookie out of your pocket?" He said, "It's just a cookie." I said, "Do you really want me to call the police over a cookie?" And he took it out and walked out. What I should have done, I said, "Look, bud, if you're that hard up, I should just pay for the cookie." I said, "Look, if you really want a cookie that bad, let me know. I'll take care of it for you." But
yeah,
we had so much theft in that store too. People stealing pregnancy tests and all kinds of crazy shit like that. But and we, I remember some guy was eating donut holes. It says, like, "Here, have a sample." He thought it meant you can eat all you want. I said, "Let me have the bag of donut holes." "Oh, these aren't free?" "No, they're not free."
That sounds oddly familiar, but anyway, April arrives at the same time as the cops, and she, of course, is there to report the criminals are taken away. And this is when Tyler alluded to earlier. The clerk was like, "I thought they would say alligators."
I wouldn't wear my glasses.
Yeah.
And of course, April's all about, trying to, so it was the Ninja Turtles who stopped the store robbery here. And there you have it, everybody. Like, she's there to constantly put the positive word out that they're there to help people, not be a menace to society there.
And look really hot along the way.
Oh yeah. Any time there was a hint that one of the turtles might get a smooch from her or like a slight flirtation, like, oh man, here we go.
Oh boy. After this scene, of course, we go to Dimension X because we haven't seen, these guys haven't been around. They've been in Dimension X since the end of the first season. So we get an exterior shot of Technodrome. We have Shredder, Krang, Bebop, and Rocksteady. And Shredder's like, "Oh, come on, give me another crack at this." Voiced by the amazing James Avery.
Yeah.
Which when I was watching this episode last night, I looked at Emily. I'm like, you know whose voice that is, right? She's like, "No." I was like, "It's Uncle Phil." She's like, "Oh yeah, okay." I put that.
Like, is that like, oh okay, yeah.
No, it's just kind of interested in it, but just like, all right, you get back to watching that. I'm on my I don't know what mobile games she's playing these days. I know she does like Monopoly, and there's like a couple others, but
she's not interested at all by hearing James Avery and Pat Fraley arguing with each other in cartoon form?
No, I don't think so. Krang, of course, you and I always do our impressions together.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do the one specific.
No. we have one that we
Yeah, we'll put it this way. There's a very gross little short cartoon parody of Ninja Turtles that floated around the internet for a while. I haven't looked for it in years. Maybe after the show I'll try to find it. But Krang, of course, is saying, "All right, yeah, you know what? You can go," and it's like points at the portal. He jumps through there. Of course, Bebop and Rocksteady are like, "Hey, we're on our way too." And this was a good comedic moment. They go to run, they bounce off and fucking fly like a good 20, 30 feet.
Yeah,
and land. Krang very amused by it.
He enjoys hurting people and animals, and you too are both.
Like what a pretty disturbing thing to say in a kid's cartoon. It's just like, oh yeah, I love hurting people and animals. It's like, oh wow, all right.
And I just, it's been, I mean, look, we know Turtles is ungodly popular, and I'm thankful for that. But I really just love the designs of these characters. Like, it's like just looking at Krang, with the android body, or Krang without the android body, and Bebop and Rocksteady, like, there's just such amazing designs that just can never be topped.
Let me ask you this:
Bebop and Rocksteady in Secret of the Ooze, it makes you wonder what they would have looked like translated to screen. Like, would they have been as authentic as the Turtles and Splinter and Shredder looked?
Yeah.
Or they've been drastically different because of, even though Tokka and Rahzar, like, they translated well, like, I mean, in terms of, like, they look great.
They really did, yeah.
Yeah, but would Bebop and Rocksteady in that same form, by Jim, and I mean, if it was Jim Henson's crew, I had no doubt they would have done a fantastic job.
Yeah.
But it makes you wonder what they would have looked like in live action form. And if people are wondering, yes, I'm aware they're in that piece of shit sequel, and I really don't care to see it. So don't even bring it up.
With we were talking about Krang and the designs. Obviously, of course, my preference is Krang and the android body.
Yeah, I think it's everybody's.
And then to go on top of what you were saying with Secret of the Ooze and Tokka and Rahzar, obviously, as a kid, were you disappointed that it wasn't Bebop and Rocksteady? There was a little bit of me that was, but at the same time, I'm like, oh, it's nice to see new characters.
Yeah, it was both. I remember kind of wondering why they weren't there, but when there were hints of like Tokka and Rahzar in the TV spots, like, oh my god, like, who are these guys?
Yeah.
And when they were revealed in the movie, I'm like, oh, I thought they were amazing to look at, and I still do. Like, they're given very campy dialogue, but I mean, fuck, their designs by the Jim Henson crew are unbelievable, and I loved going forward. And they did, they appeared once in the animated series, of course, in the video games. Yeah. But they were carried on is like they were part of Shredder's crew of various mutants, like along with Bebop and Rocksteady. You got Ground Chuck and Dirtbag, you got Slash, you got Baxter Stockman, you got Tokka and Rahzar. Like, they were not shied away from it. Like, they were, and I always thought it was great when they showed up. It was like, this is amazing to see that they're part of the mythology outside the movie.
Yeah, when it comes to Turtles 2, I'm gonna one of two scenarios here. I'm not gonna watch that movie again until it's either that anniversary screening next year, or if the Arrow 4K releases come out before then, which they more than likely will, I would say. But
I hope so. But I'll definitely watch that because I want to hear the commentary for that.
Yeah,
and then of course see it on the big screen again. I'm sure it'll be just as magical. I mean, it won't be as intense because the first one's such a masterpiece, but
right.
It'll be an intense nostalgia trip to see Secret of the Ooze back on screen, and Kino kicking some ass at the beginning of the movie, and seeing Tokka and Rahzar and hearing Ninja Rap blasting on the big screen.
Speaking of Ninja Rap, I've probably told this story before, but it used to piss me off so much because John would come over, my cousin John, we would watch the movie, and Ninja Rap, of course, it go ninja, go. And he couldn't, for whatever reason, he couldn't piece together that that's how the song went. He'd just be like, go ninja. I'm like, no, that's not right.
I would have been right there with you. Like,
it bugged the shit out of me. I'm like, it's go ninja. I would say it, and then he would just stare at me. I'm like, John, you suck. But we swipe back over. April's here, Channel 6 News. We get 2 or 3 panning shots of Channel 6 in this episode. But Irma's here. This is her debut in the show, and
she's off to one of her many crises.
Yeah, she chipped the nail polish, and she doesn't have any to redo it.
And she's just concerned, like some hunky guy may come in and ask her out for a date. When he sees that chipped nail, like, get lost.
And that's one of my favorite things about Irma. Is she's just so man crazy.
Oh my god! Like, I mean,
I hope the right
man
man
go to bed with the turtles. You saw Yojimbo. Like any male that will give her the time of day and the attention. I mean, she's ready to go bear their children.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter what it is.
No, if Bebop and Rocksteady came in and they wanted to take her out, I mean, she's going to get tag teamed by those two. Say, hey, I don't see her saying no.
Of course,
here comes the asshole of the hour.
Yeah, always showing up. It's like, April, what are you doing? Yeah, so it's turtles, huh? They're a menace to society. So definitely the Jameson qualities to him.
Yeah.
As well.
And just constantly giving her shit about it. And there's Vernon in the back there.
old Vernon.
And that God is fuck. God.
What? Spit it out.
All right, I'm just having a really bad blank slate right here. Anyway, I always thought his girlfriend, I thought she was
Tiffany?
hot as a kid, but a bitch at the same time, because she was always that's what she's meant to be. She's meant to be irritating and a diva, but as a kid, I was just like, why is she so harsh on turtles? And it just irritated me. Even in the comic book, like when she's in the comic book and griping about turtle, and she's all over him and everything, and I'm like, oh my god, like this is just. I had a hard time trying to understand. Should I like this girl or should I hate her? Because as a kid to see a pretty blonde girl, all over somebody, like, oh man, I envy him. But she's such a bitch though.
Yeah, it's such an odd pairing, but it turns out that she's had a bad experience with turtles when she was younger. So because her
brother put one in her bed, and she's been traumatized ever since. And she clearly is a woman who's after status.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's like powerful men. I'm right there, because you would look at him and like, there's no way they would get together at any other point.
No,
if he wasn't in the position,
if he wasn't running the Channel 6 news station, she'd have no interest at all.
Tiffany is her name too, right? I don't think you heard me earlier. Yes, there we go. So we're back to the sewers. Splinter is here, and he is meditating and concentrating. The turtles, of course, eating pizza, trying to figure out just kind of what's going on, because they even make mention here. It's like, oh well, we haven't seen Shredder or anything in a while, so we are good. And then Splinter, of course, is like, oh,
it's a premonition in his mind. He senses evil's afoot.
Yep. So the turtles pop up. And they're like, what's wrong, Master? And he's like, I'm afraid Shredder is back.
Just senses it. And just when they were kind of missing which kind of makes you wonder how much time has passed from the time that they sent the foot and the Interdimension X. And then you feel like it's just kind of back to normal. It's just thieves, hoodlums, and kind of going about your day. There's no end of the world scenario. Like we're talking maybe 6 months. The way they talk, it makes it sound like it has been a sufficient amount of time, that since the foot's been, at least in their eyes, vanquished.
I'm trying to. I don't know if it's here, or I may have missed this part. It might be a little bit later in the episode, but there is a scene at some point where it clearly shows Raphael, because you see the red headband, but Leonardo's voice is coming out of his mouth.
Yes, which was a common animation mistake.
Yeah, much like we get here with.
It's in the first episode. They got Donatello talking, but it's Raphael's voice coming out of his mouth. Excuse me.
And we have Donnie here with his red teeth.
Red teeth, yeah. Just it's just old school animation. Mistakes are going to happen.
And after this scene, we cut to a couple of these thugs out here in the park, and they're like, "We haven't mugged anybody in half an hour. What's going on?
It's a slow day."
And then Shredder.
This was another sequence I loved as a kid, like just seeing these guys thinking they're gonna mug Shredder, take his wallet, Another
Well,
one of the memorable sequences from this episode.
But just the fact that they clearly watch him just materialize out of a portal and fall to the ground, and no part of that freaks them out at all. So I'm like, all right, give me your money. And then Shredder, of course, is just Bebop, Rocksteady, foot soldiers, take attack. And
he's so used to not having to really do a lot of hands-on work himself, and he very quick to forget that Krang sent him back with no help. So
yeah. So here he is calling out to nobody, and I'm sure these thugs are like, man, this guy's nuts.
He's crazy. But we get to see some great Shredder action here. It's minimal, but you know what? It's memorable, and he gets his point across. Like, don't fuck with me.
Yep. He takes a backflip onto a big tree branch, slices it down on top of him. They're like, here, take all the money.
And it just checks in with Krang. Just wants to know why, where's my help? And Krang makes it quite clear. Like, I've helped you out plenty. You've accomplished shit. Yeah. So, you're on your own. And I like that. And it's just some great moments with Shredder here. The animation looks great with him.
Yeah.
Especially the shot, which you don't have it there, but when he's, kind of doing this gesture, and it was used in like a lot of the toy commercials too.
Yeah. And he does a lot of this in the episode, raising his fist up to this guy. You will rue the day. But now we go over to Slash for Cash Jim.
Which, let's kind of go into like why this is one of the main reasons why we picked this episode.
Well, I mean, it's simple. Of course, before the show, Tyler did a way better, accurate impression. But our whole thing back and forth, which is like the Crooked Ninja Turtle Gang, and it's just something. It was something that always
said it too. It was like, holy shit! Like you know that. Like it was like one of those validating moments. Like when he said to me was an obscure reference to a great Turtle episode. Like I've never known anyone else to quote the cartoon, let alone one of my favorite episodes, and a very specific part of it. It was like, no wonder this guy's my best friend.
So we're here at the gym, and Shredder's just kind of walks through this side entrance, and he's taking it all in. And of course, it's like, who are you? And voiced by Peter Cullen, and you can really hear it in his voice and any bit of this dialogue that he does.
And he's perfect as Slash. Like you couldn't have cast a better voice actor for the voice of Slash.
Right. So they're like, hey, we're gonna kick your ass. And Shredder's like, oh yeah, you think about that, and takes a swipe at the punching bag, and then they're like, all right,
as
whatever you want.
You're the boss. He turns him over, and he plans to make his own private Foot Clan, but not really call him that.
Yeah. Exterior, Channel 6 again. We got the shot. April goes in, and she's having a conversation. Once again, interrupted by Tiffany.
Just loving all
over him up.
Yeah. And I guess too, because it would bother me too, because she's interfering with April. And I'm like, hey, don't be messing around with April. And I like just constantly like decrediting her. And I was full on April as a kid. I guess most boys were too. You didn't want to see April, in trouble or being made to feel like she's not doing the right thing.
Yeah. And then we're back at the gym. Shredder is watching everyone's technique, and he's like, all right, here we go. Which they made these pretty quick.
They did. Yeah, which I'd love to know, where Slash got these costumes made. Like, at least the shirts, with the shell and the belt around,
Yeah. So it came up kind of quick, and immediately we're here at the bank, and then we get the infamous line. Go ahead, Tyler. Do your accurate.
We're the Crooked Ninja Turtle Gang.
Yeah, there we go.
And remember the crooked part.
Yeah. So we're gonna get a montage here of him.
It's a great montage. Like they didn't have to go, but I just love the paper bags. They all look like Raph.
Yeah.
But I just love that everyone buys into it. And Vernon's explanation, we'll see here in a little bit. It hammers it home in a great joke, but. And the fact it's like they're wearing a paper bag, and they actually put bandanas around the bag. Like they're not drawn on. Like the bandanas are actually around the bag. And
Yeah, and we're back to the grocery store,
Yeah.
and he takes a swipe at the register. The money flies out, and she's like, "Oh, I thought that what
I thought they were
happened?"
such nice boys.
And then we're here at the jewelry store, and I mean, to kick open a safe like that, man, damn, he must be pretty
I was
strong.
gonna say Shredder's training's pretty intense, or Slash is pretty good. He just has a lot of shitty students.
Yeah. So once again, it's like, yeah, remember we're the Crooked Ninja Turtle
gang. Like, and then, no, I love the fact that they went out
business cards too.
Cards.
Yeah.
Like, if you need us, like.
Yeah, if you need it, if you need us to like go beat someone up for you or steal anything, here's our card: 1-800-555-3232.
Yeah.
Which
Back when they would put full numbers in.
Yeah,
stuff,
but tossing in the 555 automatically negates it from being
pretty much
real. Of course, they show up right at the scene, and Byrne saying like, yeah, that was definitely the ninja.
They were green, they were teenagers, and they were ninjas. Now, what would you call them?
Yeah,
which is like that's some great dialogue.
Shredder reporting back to
Krang's like, that's a shitty plan. Like,
yeah.
I don't even think about getting back in touch with me. I'm not sending any more help until you've actually accomplished something. And
I really enjoy this shot right here, though, seeing just some of the little intricacies.
Yeah, the dynamic of Krang sitting on his throne and talking, conversing with Shredder, and just relishing like he's in a great position of power. He's back home and realize this guy wants all my help. Like, nah. He just this was another sequence as a kid. I can't explain why it always stuck out with me, and I loved it because I had no idea who Napoleon Bonaparte was, but I would see references about him in Looney Tunes. So when I see Baxter Stockman, who's one of my favorite characters, is sitting in this insane asylum with a guy dressed like Napoleon, I'm just like, it's just like in Looney Tunes. And
yeah, so we are here at the Sunnydale home of the Bewildered. So
I
basically,
love it.
insane asylum. You see the padded room here. We have
and they're just hanging out to two what appears to be very short guys. Like,
Baxter very small.
Very small, and I have always had an affinity for that character in human form, and of course in bug form. I always lit up when he would show up in the animated series. I love the character. I never had the toy as a kid, unfortunately, but that was one that eluded me. I never saw him in stores. I had a buddy who never.
That's
Christmas
really
of 1989.
weird.
That was our big Turtles Christmas, and we got a lot of figures, but Baxter was not one of them. And I never saw him at Kmart or Hills.
I feel like I saw Baxter everywhere.
If I had, you couldn't have pulled him out of my hands.
Man, that's
really. There were others that I was like determined to get and would see him in stores, but Baxter and Casey Jones were the two of the earlier waves that I was like, man, I never got them.
Man. Of course, in this shot, in behind them, you see like the gel bars.
Yeah.
And Shredder is right there. I mean, just pulls them open, goes right in. Is like, all right, Baxter, I need your help.
And I'm thinking, where's Napoleon going? Like, did he just leave the room? Like, is this the rec room in the home of the Bewildered?
Right. Yeah. He just he takes off, and Shredder's like, I need you to build something for me. Baxter's like, oh, I have the perfect thing. It's right out there. I've been looking at this for days.
And Shredder goes right along with it. Doesn't question the logic or anything like that. He's like, excellent. Just make it happen.
And then we are reviewing the footage. You clearly see that it's the Crooked Ninja Turtle gang. So, well, you know what? I'm convinced that is the Turtles. So, of course, April is going to reach out to Leonardo. She gets Donatello instead and was like, hey, listen, this is what's going on. And the Turtles are like, all right, yeah, let's go take care of this. So the Turtle Blimp, dude. I love the Turtle Blimp.
Never had it as a kid. That was one I would have adored to have. We only got the small vehicles, like the small price ones, like the Cheapskate, and I forgot which one of the inner two vehicles. Mm-hmm. And I had the foot ski, but the big stuff, like the Turtle Van and the Turtle Blimp. A buddy of mine, Josh Rapp, had both of those. I know he had the Turtle Blimp, which was that was my first time seeing it in person. That was like, again, I have nothing but vivid memories of seeing other kids who had toys that I really wanted. Like Matt Hilton had the Turtle Van, I'm pretty sure, and then. I'm trying to remember who had the sewer playset, and like seeing that for the first time was like, oh my God, like You
Yeah,
know, it was because the commercials were so vibrant and like, oh my god, like this is amazing. Like I have to have these, and you know, you can't have everything. So
I mean, I
just
had all that stuff.
yeah. If I'd have known you, it's hard to say how the level of envy I would have had for all the turtles you had, because me and Derek had a pretty solid collection. You know, not bad at all, but you know, I think about what you and Josh Rapp had. I'm like, oh my god, like this is just insanity.
Yeah. Mikey tossing out the grapple rope from the blimp and saying like, "Hey, April, catch this." They slide right on in. They're conversing. She's like, "Hey, oh, great animation error here." So as they're walking, you know, Raph's got his red, but when they stop, you see the colors switch. So there you go, Raph and blue.
But I mean, you clearly know it's Raph because the R's on the belt, and you get the size on the belt too. So it's just another one of those errors.
I always loved that as a kid.
It irritated me as a kid. As an adult, I'm like, I appreciate it, you know?
No, as a kid, I was like, oh, they messed up. That's awesome. Yeah. Like, I don't know. I like that as a kid. But April showing them the footage, and like, oh, man, great. Like, who's this? And then there's this noise. They're like, oh, what's going on? Oh, my God, we're being attacked. And
it's just Tiffany's screaming her fucking lungs out. God. That's like someone shut her up. And they realize, we better get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
So
they
hot-footed out of there, and April's getting a dress or having to come up with a plausible excuse of why the turtles were there. I was trying to expose what the hell are you doing here?
Yeah.
I think he's having a late night rendezvous. It kind of makes you wonder if he's married or not, you know? Because
I didn't think about that part of it.
He's probably the type who would be having, you know, extramarital affairs, and he'd have to do it at the news station.
Yeah, at his workplace, because you know, he's got his own office that he can lock the door to. No one bothers him because the way his personality is, most people don't really want to deal with him directly anyway. So he's this is definitely not. This is a side piece without a doubt. I wonder what his wife looks like.
Oh, probably as fugly as he is.
So we go back to the lair. Splinter, of course, was still meditating and busting through the wall. We have Baxter's rat catcher,
which would have been a great toy in the line.
It would have. It would have been an amazing toy. Obviously, of course, maybe not have all the arms, but you could at least have the two in the front or something.
And the the clamp in the front with the teeth, like that would have been like the big thing when you capture a turtle inside the jaws of the rat catcher.
On the screen, that would have been cool.
And I do feel like it would have been hard to get the villains to sit in there, because I feel like, you know, a lot of turtle vehicles, like the characters are, I don't know.
You have to like turn their legs
out like this for them to sit down on it. Some of them that could, like the foot ski, I think you could just kind of prop them on there and then put their hands on the bars, or like the motorcycle. I did have the motorcycle too with like the side carts. I forgot what it was called, with the trash can side cart.
Yeah.
But they couldn't sit on there and hold on to the handlebars very good. So it's just like you had to pretend.
Yeah.
But the rat catcher would have been a great vehicle. It really would have.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that wasn't something that did materialize.
Yeah.
In toy form.
Yeah, I don't know if I think obviously I guess something that they made up for the series, and probably not something that Playmates ever had on the radar in terms of like a possible a vehicle for the foot to use.
Yeah. The turtles return and see that the place has been wrecked, and they're like, "Oh, where did Splinter go?"
It's a shame we didn't see Raph like hold his sides and just scream out loud, you know,
and have it just be like almost ear-piercingly loud. Oh man! So they follow the trail. They pop up through this crater in the ground, and there's Slash waiting for him.
Turned it a turtle toe jam.
And then
I used to get so pumped for this thing. It's like, oh boy, here we go, man.
Yep. The rest of the gang pop out of the woodwork. So various spots with various weapons.
That was another thing too. All the various weapons that they're using, from the mace, the katana. You know, it was like, all right, man, we're gonna have a great fight here. Let's kick some ass.
And then we get our little fight. So Leonardo cuts a big hole into this couch. He jumps behind it, he's like, all right, come and get it. The gang members jump on it and they get caught in the springs of the couch.
Yeah. Just, fun ways to avoid actually using the weapons because, oh my God, the parents up in arms over this property back in the day. Thank God my parents had no issue at all with me and my brother reenacting the fights, playing with the role play suits and all that stuff. Like, no problems there. Not think we're gonna turn into a bunch of juvenile delinquencies, taking real sides and stabbing kids at school or some stupid shit like that.
Yeah, my parents exactly the same way. Like I had the Raphael,
the role play suit.
The role play suit.
I had Leonardo and Donatello were the two that I had.
Yeah, and then like when my mom swapped out like mop handles, she was like, "Here you go. Here's a bow staff for you." And I was like, "All right, awesome." And I put some tape around the center of it.
Yeah.
And then I went in the yard and I'm just sitting there twirling it around, like pretending I'm like beating up foot soldiers, of course. Like I'm just hitting air out there.
I did that a lot. And I remember when my granddaddy got me the Donatello role play suit on a Saturday night. I put it on, and him, Linda, and my mom went outside and pretended to be foot soldiers. And I'm taking my little green bow staff, and I'm just bopping all three of them. And then we went to order pizza when we were done fighting outside. It was great.
Though the Donatello and Leonardo ones disappointed me just because of how small the weapon. Obviously, they couldn't go full scale with it, but as a kid, that always bummed me out that the bow staff was so small.
I guess it didn't occur to me that it was small, but the Leonardo one, it came with one katana sword, not two.
Yeah.
And I'm like, where's the logic in this? Like, where's the other sword? Like, I didn't really. I mean, it was cool to have like the ninja stars with the cylinder around, so you could throw it and not hurt anybody. Yeah. It was cool to get those, but and Derek had Michelangelo, and he came with one nunchuck.
Yeah, I don't understand the logic in that.
No, I can't remember. Did Raph come with two size?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I don't thought he did.
That. I'll look it up after we're done doing the episode just to make sure, but I feel like it did, but maybe it didn't. But I feel pretty certain. Well, we'll see. But speaking of Raph, he kicks over these drums. He tells Mikey to look for it. Mikey, of course, backflips over. They flip on top of these guys, which is a nice little fun bit. Michelangelo's yelling out. Here's Donatello fighting a couple guys, which this part was really good. He just just force put, like he's pushing the shit out of him with that. Not actually like swinging. He just takes it.
No, he knows what he's doing. He knows how to disarm and just take him out. He's fucking Donatello, man.
But as they're there, he starts flipping these tires up, and it's a great little moment. And they all like.
I love their faces turned over to like
sad like it's pretty funny because we were thinking about it's like, all right, they actually had the bandanas that they tied around these bags, but how did they make the mouth move like that?
Yeah, and it just those images of the paper bags remind me of like the card art for Raphael and some of the turtles, because sometimes their face would have these kind of like slightly and they weren't sad looking, but they were like different emotions. Like, and that's one of the things I loved about the original card art on the turtles, is how the turtles were drawn on the original card art, and seeing the various expressions, and they typically were supposed to be aggressive and and sometimes they kind of looked a little like Leonardo's figure looked sad, like his face, like his mouth is like this kind of like off to the side, but his expression looked sad. Whereas Don, Mike, and Raph all had very aggressive or stern faces, and I always thought, why does Leo's face look kind of sad?
Well, because he's, of course, the worst one.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
So Raph pushes over one of these drums. Michelangelo just starts
working on the railroad, and in his own interpretation of beating the shit out of that oil drum there.
Yeah. To throw a Doug reference, banging on a trash can.
Yeah, drumming on the street line.
Yeah. And immediately
after his turn.
Yeah, he's like, all right, fellas, I'm sorry. And they rough him up. And I mean,
very old school medieval punishment here.
Yeah. Got him locked up. It's like, all right, tell us where Splinter is.
Splinter was like, oh, we don't want to look too hard.
He left a message for you. Meet me if you dare at the Slash for Cash Dojo.
I'd love to know how Shredder decided, he's taking the time to put this message. Does Baxter do it for him, or does he do it himself? Because it's great penmanship.
Yeah,
You know?
I would like to think that Shredder did this himself. Because he really wants to make sure he gets his message.
Yeah, he's like, there's no mistakes. I don't want them going to the wrong address or anything like that. And he's just waiting, like, where are they?
So I would have to imagine with the way this is out, I would assume he's probably just using the claws,
his knuckle blades, like to just
his blades to just carve it into the brick.
Yeah, I could see him doing that. Yeah,
it would have to be. The turtles are like, all right, yeah, we did it. Let's go find them. You know, turtle power and all that. They hide.
April goes to find the boys and sees that their place has been destroyed or broken into, and we cut right back to Splinter, which always is any turtle fan knows Splinter or April was always in peril.
Yeah,
you know, you think about the video games or the various illustrations or storybooks, or in the anime season, Splinter or April. You know, for someone who taught the turtles know all they know and is a rival to Shredder, he gets captured an awful lot. You know.
Well, I mean, you know, he's getting older, and
yeah.
The thing
I'm
mentioned
not saying is like it was just I'm not saying it as if like it's like they need someone to rescue, and I'm always thankful that it's either a Splinter or April. You know, you want to save your wonderful father figure or the girl they all want to take out and get kisses from.
And you were mentioning the video games. The positioning that Splinter is here, strapped to the wall, is often how you would find him when you had to rescue him in the video games.
Yeah,
well, especially
along those lines. Yeah,
Turtles 2, the arcade game on NES. He's strapped up to the wall just like this.
And it was such a proud moment. If you know, which I as a kid I didn't get to do it until I played it with Nathan, because I never could get that far in Turtles the arcade game on NES. I think I got it to the snow level. It was about as far as I got.
Ah, okay. With the made up villain specifically for the
and
game.
I'm trying to remember if I think I got to him once as a kid, because you've only got so many continues, and either play it by myself or play it with my brother, and even then it was still tough as fuck.
Yeah, that's and the level in particular at the end of it, you destroy like that weather machine that's making it snow that Baxter had made.
It's a shame that which I like the made up. I forgot what he's like a rat or of some kind, and like a leather jacket. I don't know what his name. And Turtle fans too. I apologize.
I don't know that. I don't know his name either, because to me, I'm like, he's not in the cartoon. He's not in the movies or anything. Yeah. So I'm like,
it would have been cool if it was General Trag or Granitor. Since they're the ones with the weather, device and the teenagers from Dimension X, and when they show up and they put the weather device in the sky and total chaos, and it just causes all kinds of crazy fucked up shit in the sky.
I'll look up that character's name from the game.
I've looked it up before. I'm just at the moment I cannot remember his name. He's got a name too.
Yeah, I'm blanking on it. Shredder's just saying, hey, like they're not going to come rescue you, and sure enough, they're there to rescue him. Falling into the plans, April making the phone calls.
She knows something's going down. Give me a crew right now.
They look up after they've gone in here, and there's this big battering ram that's here in the ceiling, and if Shredder cuts this rope, it's going to swing right.
Yeah, Splinter's done for.
There's a good little shot of
showing the scale here of how devastating that battering ram is going to be.
At this point, it's like, oh yeah, and then here's a good shot to show you all the things attached to
the
creation of Baxter's.
It does remind me of like a Looney Tunes device too, with all the limbs with various weapons and things all over the place, but it's still a great vehicle, and it would have been a great reason to have a human version of Baxter Stockman had we got that as a toy.
Yeah, I was that's another thing they could have easily have done. I'm surprised that would have been a gimmick that, when they had like the transforming stuff where it's like, oh, it's got him in this form, and then you like flip this and do that.
Yeah, like the mutations where it started like the turtles, they would form into like a little turtle, and then you could turn, or Bebop and Rocksteady would be, they go into their animal form or the human form, and then you would flip them into,
they could have done that with Baxter, but the net flies out of this contraption. Leo cuts it with his katanas. And then big baseball mitt on there. I'm like, okay, sure, whatever. So after this, the turtles just start beating the shit out of this
Yeah,
thing. And
dismantle and this would have been a great thing in the video game.
yeah,
Like I know Baxter's in that flying machine that drops out the mousers and things like that, but I could see this being one of those things like you got to start beating at the vehicle, take the tires out, and then it starts bleeding, blinking, and like, oh my god, he's gonna blow up, he's gonna blow up.
well, yeah, that was the thing too. Tyler, as a kid, always thought that the blinking part in the boss fight, so you thought that they were bleeding.
That's what me and my brother refer to as, oh, they're bleeding, we got them on the ropes. Yeah, so I was like, oh man, here we go. Yeah, love it.
They totally dismantle this. It's running astray. I mean, look at the tires too. They're just like completely out of sorts. Baxter is already bailed out of it, and Raph is at the controls. Donnie's telling him to look out. The battering ram has been cut. Leo saves Splinter, and the timing of it works just right, where the battering rams hit this vehicle and
dismantles it for good. And Shredder's
sets it on
plan
fire.
is foiled.
Yeah. Splinter's like, thank you. Shredder's like, this isn't the last.
Yeah, and I love he's going to carry Baxter off with it. Like, he just he's not making him run. He's like, it saves me the trouble. I just carry his lazy ass.
Yeah. And I mean, quite an asset though to have like this mad scientist that you're going to take back with you.
Yeah, and I like because it shows like, as much as Shredder likes to demean all of his minions, but he realized like Baxter is intelligent, he is helpful, and it would have been cool to see him like be. I love that he's established early on, but it would have been cool to see him as a constant mainstay by Shredder's side for a lot before he's turning into the Fly. Yeah. But if he was in every episode, it would much be like Bebop and Rocksteady, because they were in every damn episode almost.
Yeah, and we didn't mention this earlier when Shredder is communicating back with Krang to kind of report. There is that moment where Bebop and Rocksteady kind of have a laugh at Shredder's expense and call him a moron.
Yeah, because he's struggling. He's not quite successful yet, and when Krang's sitting there giving him shit, and it's like one of those few moments where they feel like they're safe, they can give him shit back.
Yeah,
and not get in trouble for it.
Good shot here when the turtles are going through the manhole. Raph, of course, slides the cover on as the cops
in time.
Yep, and the news gets there. April here, the dude in the center, like you can't really see that he's got pupils, so he looks really, really out of sorts. But April is going to do the reporting and say, inevitably, here's the part. Yeah, we're getting to it when Shredder reports back, and Bebop and Rocksteady have a good laugh.
I love their design so much. I just and of course I feel like they would get overplayed a lot and not be given some of the best dialogue. But their early episodes, man, they're formidable and so memorable. And it was it's seeing them in the video games, like they are as important as I always attribute them to, like Beastman and Merman to Skeletor. Like they were in so many episodes, but you have to have them. They're so important. They're so iconic.
Yeah.
But it was always fun when you see other villains show up as part of the mainstay.
Yeah. And most of the time in the video games, Bebop and Rocksteady would be those bosses in the first couple of levels. And then later on, they would start to pair them up. And then you would fight both of them. And
Turtles in Time, when they're on the pirate ship.
Yep.
On the NES version. In pirate outfits as well. I love that change up that they put him in the pirate outfits. Like, this is great.
Yeah. So we get the report here. We see the Crooked Ninja Turtle gang being ushered away. They're going to go to jail for quite some time. And of course, Tiffany is distraught.
She's like, Bernsey.
How can this be?
It's like, but Tiffany, it's the truth. And she's like, oh, fuck you.
Yeah, I hate the turtles. Don't worry. And then Irma shows up and it's like, oh, well, here's some turtle soup. And then Tiffany takes it and pours it on him. But I'm like, turtle soup means the turtle's dead. So why would you perceive that as that he likes turtles?
Just a really screwed up woman. It's like there's no amount of ass kissing or turtle hating he could do to get her, like, she's unhinged.
Yeah. And our episode ends with this is a quite humorous scene, of course, as we're saying. April talking about the turtles, and of course the turtles are each saying like, oh, she's talking about me, she's talking about me. She gives a wink, and it turns out as we're going through this, they're all pointing at each other. It's like, no, it's about me. And then
April
actually,
breaks the fourth
guys,
wall to them and just said, actually, guys, I was winking at Splinter. Such a great moment.
Yeah. And then right here, it's like, it's you.
Yeah, and I like that they're happy to see Splinter getting a nod from the girl they all got a crush on.
Yeah. And that's how our episode ends. So I put the little credit scene here so you could see some of the voice talent. Jim Cummings, voice of Winnie the Pooh, is in here, but I don't know. Do you know off the top of your head whose voice Jim Cummings? Maybe these are just credits that are there like on most episodes, and it's not
most,
specific.
Most of the episodes too. Yeah. I'm trying to think because no, I don't know right off. I really don't.
And the voice note that James had sent me in regards to this when I told him what episode we were doing, he said that Jim Cummings was Slash. I was like, that's not right, James.
No, definitely not. No.
I think it was just I don't think he was.
I mean, when you seen Peter Cullen, like if Peter Cullen's name wasn't on there, then I'm like, well, maybe does a really good impression of how Peter Cullen talks about Peter Cullen.
Yeah. It's like, oh yeah, Jim Cummings does a really good Optimus Prime.
Yeah. Like, nah, that's definitely Optimus there.
Yeah, so that was Return of the Shredder, and yeah, just good fun, and that's one of my favorite things about this show is just most of the episodes from the first 3 seasons of this are guaranteed good time. Kind of after that, much like a lot of shows, you get that story decline because after so much time, it's kind of like, all right, well, what stories are there left to tell given this cast of characters that we have to constantly keep reusing?
Yeah. And you know, they could have. I mean, they pulled some elements from the comic books, of course, but the comics were still more. You know, you go back and read them, like they're not meant for kids, but they're not like overly mature either. Like even though the first issue, like you know, Shredder gets killed, but still, it's they're not. I mean, when I take the back, you know, I mean, some of them, yeah, I mean, they beat the shit out of people and stuff like that too. But I think they could have pulled some of the ideas and toned down some of the stuff to make it appropriate for the cartoon. And I think it would have worked just as well. But yeah, after 3 seasons, you know, even though there's so many awesome characters that never got. I mean, there were, I forgot. Night of the Rogues, I think, is that the episode where there's a shit ton of villains showing up in one episode, like some of the toys like Scumbug and Anthrax and Chrome Dome and some others show up, and that's a fun episode. You know, I mean, I think some of the voice acting is a little off at times, but it was really cool to see some of the later characters like show up, and that they're all in like one episode, like all together. Yeah. You know, and seeing crossovers like Leatherhead meets Rat King, like that was one of my favorites as a kid. Like because I loved Leatherhead and I thought Rat King was awesome. Like, oh my god, like you know they're going to be at odds with each other and fight the turtles too. Like this is awesome, man. Like just a great time, man. So many damn fond memories of looking forward to the episode that was playing today, and you know seeing the toy commercials on TV, all the turtle tie-ins from. You know, the cookies and the cereal I didn't eat, the storybooks.
You didn't eat the cereal?
I did.
Oh yeah, you weren't a big cereal eater.
No, Fruity Pebbles was the only cereal I ate moderately, and then I got sick of it. And when Turtles came out, like I'd like to have was like I hate cereal, so I just. I ate the turtle cookies though. I was about the turtle cookies, and I remember I got the Turtles Chef Boyardee bowls, and I thought that was nasty as hell because I thought the pasta tasted awful.
Really, I ate all that stuff. Anything that had Ninja Turtles on it, food wise, I ate all of it.
Now I knew there was there was the bowls and then the cans. I'm pretty sure there was Ninja Turtle Chef Boyardee like pasta that was good, but the little like microwavable bowls. We got those when they were advertised, and oh my god, I thought it was awful. I just maybe it was the sauce, the noodles, or both, but I was like, this is disastrous. Like, shit.
I mean, eating Chef Boyardee as an adult, I'm like, yeah, this stuff sucks. But as a kid, I was all about it.
Yeah,
I loved it. I mean, anything, the cereal, the cookies, the Chef Boyardee, the Hostess pies.
I never got to have the Hostess pies. I never saw them out and about.
Oh yeah.
And I've been all about it had I had the opportunity to have them.
There was
and the bonkers candy that came with the turtle stickers, man. God, that was amazing, dude. Oh, I love those stickers.
and then of course the ice cream with the
I didn't
face
get
and
the ice cream either. That was another
the
thing.
gumball eyes.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, that was the other thing. It's like going into a 7-Eleven, got to get the turtle ice cream. Let me see if I can find some more of the food. That way people get a. Oh yeah, I forgot all about these too. But the one character we were talking about in Turtles 2, Tora is the name of that.
Yes,
character.
that's it. Yep.
Yeah. So the cookies we have. Oh man, the Chef Boyardee pasta shapes with mini meatballs and tomato sauce. Do you remember? Hopefully, it lets me. Stupid WebMP files. Here, I'll just share the screen from the results that we have on here. Do you remember these pizza Crunchabungas? You don't remember those?
Don't remember those.
Oh man, I remember. They probably tasted like shit, but as a kid, I'm like, it's Ninja Turtles. I love it.
Yeah, there's the Chef Boyardee in the can. Had that. I had that turtle tray. I still have one of those around here somewhere. There's the cereal. Of course, I remember the cereal.
But do you remember?
I remember the bowl. I didn't have the bowl though. My mom got us a turtles like plate kit. It came with the bowl and a plate, and then she also got us the turtle tray. So it was like we could have our bowl and our plate on the turtle tray.
Yeah, there's the turtle pies.
Yeah, there's the pies. Yep. God, I would have loved it. I never ever saw those out and about.
It says banquet pot pies with special Ninja Turtle
you
offers.
couldn't pay me to eat that.
Oh, I love the chicken pot pies.
Nah, yeah, I wasn't gonna have that. Fucking nasty.
Yeah, so turtle crackers, turtle shells, heroes and villains cookies, sandwich creams. I don't remember those.
Never. No. Oh my God, I'd have been all about the sandwich creams.
Yeah, there's the cookies.
Yeah. Those were the ones I remember eating, was the chocolate chip ones and the turtle shapes there.
Oh
the
yeah,
fruit snacks. I know I had because Farley's had some of the best fruit snacks because they were so soft.
Yeah. What's this here? Instantly win free action toys plus 3 trading cards. Yeah, I probably
that's cool. Baxter, Genghis Frog, Metalhead, Donatello, and was it Trag and Rocksteady there?
Yeah, and
Bebop.
Yeah,
cool.
Oh yeah, do you remember this with the little holographic?
I know it. That one I do not. Nope.
So the hologram T-shirt offer, they actually did this with Ghostbusters as well. And as a kid, I actually got the hologram T-shirt. I seriously doubt still have that somewhere packed away at my parents' house. But yeah, God, I love this stuff. And I didn't know, or I don't recall getting the Turtles T-shirt from that. But good times.
Absolutely. It was really was a wonderful time to be a kid and a Turtles fan. I mean, it was to be a fan of it and to know that these things were so abundantly available.
You could go anywhere and find something Ninja Turtles related at the time.
I mean, I was so proud of like the Ninja Turtle. I remember getting a Leonardo like sweatsuit for Christmas of like 91 or 92, I think. Mm-hmm. And just thinking it was like it was blue with this awesome image of him on there. And
do you remember the geese? Do you remember the turtle geese that you could get?
No.
Yep. I had one of those. There's actually a picture of me with my cousins, and I'm wearing it. We're all on the couch, and I got it on.
I know I had turtle pajamas. I know I had, and I had turtle underwear.
Oh yeah, you gotta have turtle underwear.
Yeah. Back then, underwear with characters from G.I. Joe to Willow to Silverhawks to He-Man to Thundercats, Turtles, G.I. Joe. You know, it was something you wore with pride. Even though you're the only one who can see it, but still.
Do you remember? Because I also had this. This I can actually like save the image and put it up here on the screen. Do you remember? Because you were talking about sweaters and stuff. I had this one. Do you remember that one?
Did not have that one. No.
Yeah.
Looks awesome though.
Yeah. I think there's a picture of me wearing that somewhere too. God. It's like Christmas, got to put on like a nice sweater. I'm like, well, I'm wearing my Ninja Turtle one.
No, I was never getting an option. What few sweaters I had, there were not fun sweaters like that. Like mine were like Bill Cosby sweaters. My mom had me wear for my picture with E.T.
See if I can find the ninja outfit. Nothing popping up. But I remember it had like just a little Ninja Turtle like patch right here, and then of course you got like the tie around bit, and then it had a print on the back. I want to say it was Leonardo on there. And even though as a kid Leonardo wasn't my favorite turtle, it was definitely Raphael. That just having that, it didn't matter. It's like it's still Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, that's how I was. Like if whoever was on the item, like it's still like I remember getting a Michelangelo nightlight, a Michelangelo calculator for my birthday, like my birthday of 1990, I think.
Yes, where like you can slide it up. It's got like the head and the name underneath, and then you slide it down. I had that, and my dad used that calculator to file taxes for years.
I had a watch too with Michael, where you could flip the Michelangelo up so you could see like what time it was, and then fold it back down. It was just like this little figurine of Michelangelo.
Oh man!
You know?
Yeah.
And
to give everyone, I'll say I found a picture of it because there's one on eBay for $20.
Which is not bad.
You should get it, Tyler.
Not bad at all, dude.
Yeah, here's the calculator.
Oh my god.
Just to picture my dad using this for like 20 years to file taxes with.
One of my record like family videos like is my birthday of the day we're getting ready to go see Ninja Turtles, and me opening up presents, and I think that was either actually on my family birthday or the one with my buddies who fucked up my Deep Six figure, where I'm like proud to get the calculator or getting the nightlight.
They did all the turtles in the calculator.
Michelangelo was the only one I had, and the only one I saw. So
yeah, that's kind of weird that we both had the Michelangelo one, because you would think, if anything, if we saw anyone else, that you would have.
Well, again, that was one of those things. Like, it was given to me as a birthday gift. Like, I was not looking for calculators as a kid. I want the toys.
Yeah.
So my family's like, he likes turtles, so just get him something with turtles on it, and they're just like, oh, here's something educational with turtles on it. And,
this is lame. Shit, it's that calculator.
I'm assuming you had, because I had the backpack.
Oh yeah, the backpack's in the basement actually.
Yeah, the black
actually I think
like
that
the green neon green straps, or the neon had like, I think I had like neon green, like the hook or the loop in the back of the backpack. I think mine's blue. Blue. All right, mine was black.
So it's probably, well, I think I may have had a black one as well at some point down the line. I think I got some of that stuff inside the backpack, like the role play set and all that stuff down there. Actually, speaking of that, let's look up and see.
I was gonna say, see if I can't find which backpack.
Let's look up the vintage FAL. If I can find it.
I could have swore I had one as a kid.
I do seem to remember a black one, but the one I have down in the basement is blue. Because I do have, for those unaware, I do have a room just strictly dedicated to mostly vintage Ninja Turtle stuff.
Yeah, here it is.
Yeah, go ahead if you can't. Oh, let's get it. Yeah, I remember that one. I probably did have that one.
Yeah.
Or still do. I don't know. I'd have to look. Of course, I had like Ninja Turtle fanny pack, because you had to have the fanny pack.
Had fanny packs, but I don't think mine. No, I think I did have a Turtles fanny pack. Now that I remember, because it was easier to sell as a kid to get. If you didn't want to buy him a toy, you had to buy him. If it had the character of, like, if it was Batman related or Beetlejuice or Dick Tracy or Turtles, like, okay, and it's an easy sell for me, as long as if it ain't an action man, you better have a character on. That's all I can say.
I can't find. I'll see if you look it up and see if you can find the Raph role play set and see if it came with just one side or or two. Yeah, next time we talk turtles, maybe I'll bring some of that stuff up here, like the back.
Okay, here's Dawn. Yeah, there's. Oh, they had a was that? Yeah, they had a Slash one. I had no idea they made. I forgot they had made that, but I never saw it in the wild because I lost my shit if I saw that.
I didn't know they had a Slash one. That's
cool.
We should make our own Crooked Ninja Turtle.
No, Crooked Ninja Turtle. Yeah, Raph came with 2 sizes. Son of a bitch.
All right. Then I remember correctly. Yeah, I used to wear that all the time. We'd go to the grocery store, and I'd just be wearing this shit. I don't think anybody ever had a problem.
It really was exciting. Like $750 for 1 Minton box.
Ooh.
Leo's is $750 too on eBay.
I probably the size are probably down there in the backpack too.
Yeah, God. Oh, and this one that I'm looking at, came from Hills.
Oh, really? Show it off.
Yeah. Like people don't know what I'm talking about. Like here's a close up of it there.
Yeah.
That's what I got Christmas of 1990, I believe. Yeah. God. I always thought that's one of the good things about the internet is like people would document this stuff, and you can go to like turtle websites or even go on eBay and look for this stuff. And I think I even thought about trying to get the Donatello set, and it was like within reason, like it was like maybe a couple $100, but I'm like
that would be a tough thing to just want to pull the trigger on. I feel like.
Well,
to spend that much money on something.
That was the first one too. Like that was a big deal to see. I can dress up as Donatello, and it comes with a bow staff and with that the turtle nose that would make your face sweat when you put it on. But it was so exciting to feel like I could go outside and fight foot soldiers with my bow staff and kick all kinds of ass. And
that nose wasn't really comfortable at all.
No, but you did it. You endured the uncomfortable feeling of this nose, this big kind of rubber nose, and making your face sweat profusely from wearing that. Yeah. But it was I wouldn't trade it for anything. Great memories. I do have a picture of me and my brother of that Christmas, and I'm wearing my Leonardo sweatshirt. Like it was like a separate sweatshirt. And I'm putting it on with my Leo outfit, and we're both posing with our turtle. And Derek's wearing his Ninja Turtle jumpsuit too. And he's wearing this Mikey outfit. I'm wearing my Leonardo one. And I remember making a print of that and giving it to him for his birthday or Christmas, saying sharing turtle power since 1988, which was the year he was born.
That's awesome.
So I thought that was pretty cool.
And we've talked about this before when we've discussed Ninja Turtles previously on various channels. But do you remember like that little stage show and like the crappy Michelangelo costume, and you get a photo op with him after this little stage presentation?
We didn't have that. It was a guy who showed up at King Video dressed up in a Michelangelo outfit with a very pretty spot on Michelangelo voice that I had taped, and it's on DVD. I had it transferred to DVD. So meeting him inside a mom and pop video store is something I can go back and rewatch a lot, and just being really shy and timid and telling Michelangelo my favorite pizza was pepperoni. And
I gotta get that. I think I had like the scanned image of me like sitting there in my turtle outfit looking all nervous, standing with this dude in a suit.
I was so shy. I was sitting there like going like this, my hands at my sides, like
I need to watch this video.
Yeah. It's fun. I was so proud of that too. My mom was the one that told me about it. Like I had no idea. And she says, you can meet Michelangelo at King Video, which was my favorite places to go, was King Video. And wait in line with all these kids to meet Michelangelo. And my mom told me specifically, tell him to tell Leonardo, Donatello, and Raphael you said hey when you're done. I'm like, okay. So that's what I did. He was like, I will, man. See ya.
Was the voice impression pretty solid?
Oh yeah, I thought so. Yeah.
Okay. Can you hear this on the recording at all?
Yeah.
I gotta watch this.
Yeah, it's great. It's the classic VHS, quality and everything. So King Video presents a meeting with Michelangelo, and he goes, "Hey, dude, what's up?"
Oh man.
I was like, "What's your name, dude?" I'm like, Tyler.
You should just let me rip this and we put it on the channel. It'd be amazing.
Yeah, I had no problem with that.
All right. All right. Well, we'll make it happen. I'll get
Yeah.
the stuff.
It's attached to the Christmas cartoon VHS that I had transferred as well, because at the time
Okay.
I was like, I wanted to preserve both of these, so I just had to put on the same disc. So before I can watch the Christmas cartoons of 1987, I watched myself meeting Michelangelo. So
Tyler.
Tyler.
Like,
so what you doing? He's like, I'm asking you the questions, boy.
have you buy anything? You blow your money on anything past week?
I bought some of the Alex Ross Timeless Marvel variants to add, because I'm determined to add the heroes to my collection and start building a wall for that.
Okay.
So I purchased Daredevil and Captain America to go along with Namor, Spider-Man, and Thor. And I'm looking to get Power Man, Iron Fist, Iron Man, Moon Knight, Tigra, Black Cat, Loki, Kingpin, Juggernaut. There's a bunch, and I'm thinking like, where am I going to put all these? And I might just rotate all my key issues, because they've been out on display for years, and just make all the books that are on display, just all the Alex Ross variants.
Hmm.
You know,
yeah.
So, and I'm trying to think what else I bought. I think it was really about it.
No action figures.
No. I did buy a while back, because I pre-ordered and it came in this week, was the Night Force Beachhead and a Quick Kick from G.I. Joe Classifieds, and I thought it was pretty cool to have like another version of Quick Kick. You know, like in
I didn't even know they did that.
Yeah, it's a Walmart exclusive.
Oh, okay.
So it was like, I think $58 for it. I mean, with shipping and everything. But,
and you got it on their website?
Yeah.
I'm surprised it wasn't sold out if it's an exclusive.
Me too. Because I think when I found out about it, it had sold out. I can't remember if Hasbro, maybe it wasn't a Walmart exclusive, but Walmart did have it to buy. I said, if I don't pull the trigger on this, because I love Beachhead, I love Quick Kick, I'm going to regret it, even though I'm not. I got to really pull back on the action figure buying. I really do, because it's just getting too much right now. And at least with comics, I can put them in boxes and rotate them out and things like that. And posters, I can rotate them out. Action figures, I've got to stop. I really do.
Well, for me right now, action figures, it kind of is only as it pertains to, does it already have a shelf that is dedicated to it? It's not, I'm going to get something new. Like you kind of see, there we go, right there. I got those Egg and Wang from Big Trouble line, but that's going to go on the John Carpenter shelf right here. I actually got Lightning in earlier in the week too. You can barely see him there. Of course, also I still got to unbox them. And big thanks to Tom. He got me the Comic-Con exclusive Ecto Glow Ghostbuster.
Oh yeah, that's
so that
awesome.
That pretty much completes that collection for me. And then I got a couple of classifieds here. I got that Snake Eyes. I got to unbox him.
Yeah, he's unboxed. I just haven't worked. I haven't figured out which shelf I'm going to put him on, because I get two different. I get Snake Eyes version 1 and version 2.
Yeah.
On and actually, so I got to figure out where I'm going to put him. Yeah. He's posed and ready to go. I just haven't worked him onto the shelf.
Oh well, Tyler, I've already told you plenty of times. Just move the movies into the kitchen. Buy some shelves. I'll come over, put them together real quick. Then boom, you got more room. And then you start buying more action figures.
Well, now I'm like, I don't know where I put the movies in it, because I rearranged my posters and put my Ray Harryhausen posters in my kitchen in a nice prominent space. So I don't know where I and I have more room for posters in the kitchen as well. So
and then you still got to work on that Michelle Bauer.
That's all set up and it's nice and ready to go. So.
Oh, you'll have to send me a picture of that.
So I'll send you a picture of it. Yeah, I did some work yesterday and just like, let's get some of this stuff done. I moved the Batman posters into the den. The den is, I put my Escape from LA poster back up. So I have that and RoboCop next to each other. I got Indiana Jones Temple of Doom on the same wall with all the action hero posters. So it's still work in progress, but I'm flipping things around and changing things up. The turtle wall is all nice and set too, and it's
you got the standee out and everything.
Yeah, the standee's out. It's on the wall with some new prints I bought and some frame comics. I need to get a couple of other books framed on the wall with that, but I don't know if I have the room for it right now. So
you have to keep moving stuff around.
Yeah, just keep rotating out, put them in the box, and put out some new ones.
And you already pulled the trigger on that Ernest Scared Stupid shirt.
I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did that first thing on Friday.
I think I'm gonna pass. I'm gonna let you have that one. I'm gonna
Okay.
pass. I'm gonna pass on that one for now. It's kind of like you said. I've just been picky and choosy about what I'm gonna spend money on the next little while. It's like, all right, if a pre-order comes in, let it go through. Like, did you get an email from Hasbro that Slice and Dice is due to ship out soon? But I'm like, all right, well, I haven't heard anything else about that since I got the email.
Me neither. It's been probably close to 2 weeks.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah, I was just waiting to see that PayPal notification pop up. I was like, all right, well, here you go. That's what, 50, 58, or I don't know.
Yeah, something like that. But that's something like it's non-negotiable. Slice and Dice is some of my favorite characters of all time. Like I had to have them, and I'm surprised they didn't sell it because some of the other odd characters like Nemesis and Force and Crystal Ball sold out immediately. Like, I thought you guys all hated these characters. What the fuck's wrong with you all?
Yeah, I don't understand it either. I guess picky and choosy. It's like these characters are okay, but once we get the Ninja Force, that's it. You know?
Yeah.
So maybe
like,
they
you
just
guys should dump on Ninja Force. Like, yeah, after the first wave, okay, I'm not going to argue that, but the first wave of Ninja Force kicks ass.
Yeah, it does.
It's just, people don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You can shit on Eco Warriors all you want; they suck. Star Brigade's no better either. But
you watch anything this weekend?
Watched Ernest Scared Stupid. I dabbled back in Ernest Goes to Camp trying to see if I liked it any better. I'm like, yeah, I'm not taking to this movie. It just doesn't hold up as well. And then Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I was in the mood to watch that.
Is it because the quote you did from the spinner rack that you're like, you know what? Yeah, let's watch.
No. I just I was thinking about the movie earlier this week and was watching some of it on my phone after work. And I was like, I was in the mood to just sit down and let me just start it.
Yeah.
And I watched a little bit more this morning before going to the gym, and that's probably what I'll do after we wrap up. Is I'm gonna sit down and be lazy and just finish watching Prince of Thieves in 4K.
I watched Black Rain. You and I talked about that. Yeah, and that's a movie you and I should probably just discuss at some point down the road.
I know Tom said he's a big fan of that movie too, and which was awesome to hear that he was a big advocate for that film.
Yeah, so maybe when we talk about Black Rain, we bring Tom on. I also watched, oddly enough, and it's taken me forever to get around to just watching it, but I sat down. I watched Blade Runner 2049. Really? Did you like it, or were you kind of? I liked it, but it's one of those things that it's a great movie, but at the same time, with it being Blade Runner, it's very slow. Some would consider it boring. It's like stuff happens, but not a lot of stuff happens. But it was beautiful to look at. The score was great. I liked the story that it told, but it's just, I think if you're not in the mindset to watch it, or you're not in it, then it's one of those things. Like, I've tried to watch the original Blade Runner so many times prior to like finally sitting down and finishing it, but it would put me to sleep. But after watching 2049, I'm like, I kind of want to go and revisit that first movie and see if the opinion has changed, because I haven't sat down to check that out in quite some time. Yeah, I've only watched the first one twice. I've never finished it because I just would get bored and like I'm not feeling it. Like, and it's like it's not like there was distractions with it. I'm just sitting there watching. Like, I just can't get into this movie. Yeah. And I swear everyone who's ever talked about it has nothing but praise to say about it. The movie's been released almost as many times as Army of Darkness. In terms of like, how many versions of Army of Darkness are there? How many versions of Blade Runner? How many versions of fucking Terminator 2? Yeah. It's like this constant re-release again and again and again and again and again. And I'm like, man, it's just not something that just doesn't hold my attention. Yeah. Yeah, you really have to be just in that right mindset to just really sit down and power through it. And for me, it was two settings, because Blade Runner 2049 is like 2 hours and 43 minutes long. So it's a long movie. And I started it and I was starting to doze off. I got about an hour in and I'm like, all right, I'm going to cap it right here and I'll finish it when I wake up later in the day. And sure enough, I sat and finished. I was like, that was great. I liked it. But it's not something I feel like I could just not an easy watch you just put on at random and sit down and enjoy. Yeah, there's what plenty of other movies. I'm like, I'd rather watch this and this instead of sit down and
Yeah,
watch that again.
I mean,
Like,
there's even some of my most absolute favorite. I could put on Jaws or Predator at any time and not think about, like you got to be in a certain mood. Same thing, Ghostbusters, Karate Kid, Turtles, Rambo
Yeah.
2, Willow. Just put it on and just sit back and enjoy. But
yeah,
there's some movies where I feel like if you're going to watch this, you need to sit down and devote that mental time of like, not so many movies you can just put on in the background to have something playing. Like,
yeah, you got to lock in. But speaking of which, you mentioned Jaws. Any update on that? Did you go back and
no?
Oh.
I was like, come Wednesday, I was like, you know what? I'm really just not in the mood to rush and try and make the time to go see it again. I just didn't want to do it.
I'm pretty sure it's still playing.
Really?
I think so. Let me check. I think it is.
Well, I saw it did. I think you mentioned it too, and I saw like an article that popped up that it did really well at the box office for a movie that's 50 years old.
Yeah, there's a 650 showing today, Tyler.
Son of a bitch.
Go check it out.
What if is it? I can't believe they're doing that though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it made enough money that they're like, let's keep.
Why don't they advertise this as opposed? They just say for 1 week only.
Yeah. Well, I noticed too. Like if you check back, every day they're playing. I don't know why they're doing this, but they're playing older movies. So, like today, for example, they're playing Citizen Kane, and I know it's like, yeah, all right, roll your eyes, and I get it. Like I don't get the hype with Citizen Kane. Like I appreciate it for what it is, but it's like, all right, tomorrow, you scroll down, they're playing The Departed.
Where's this at?
It's the Regal. So
Regal?
Yeah, you go Tuesday, they're playing Goodfellas.
Whoa.
Yeah, Wednesday, I think they're playing like The Godfather.
Is this
Taxi Driver?
Holy shit! I just see The Breakfast Club.
Yeah. Thursday, yeah, there's some other stuff like weaved in there too. Oh yeah, Thursday they're playing The Thing. And then what they got here Friday. So I have no idea what
is this through Fathom or is this Regal
well, that's the thing. I don't know if these are Fathom things. I wouldn't think that they were because it's like it's only one day that they're doing it during the week. So I don't know. Maybe it's just a Regal thing where it's like, oh, we're gonna play an old movie on this day randomly, and that's it.
Well,
so yeah,
I wish they would continue to do that instead of just like Fathom just plays like a bunch of random animes and then they play, live Broadway musicals. Like, who gives a fuck?
I mean, some people do.
I mean, obviously they've been doing it for years, so some people do actually, instead of trying going to actual New York to see it, they just go to Regal and hope to God people shut the hell up during it.
So it's showing here Ninja Turtles 35th anniversary, September 7th through the 11th.
Oh my God, it's still playing places.
I guess.
Oh man.
Yeah, unfortunately, this event is not showing near you.
It's
Dark.
I'd gladly go see it again if it was still playing.
Doing Dark Crystal in October.
Yeah, I heard about Dark Crystal's playing soon.
Paranorman, which that's a fun movie.
Never saw that. And
then of course they're already advertising coming in 2026. Secret of the Ooze.
Yeah.
So I imagine they'll probably do it the same time next year, like they did with 1990.
Well, it said March, which was, I mean, the movie movie came out in March, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that's true. So,
or was it April? I think it was March.
Secret of the Ooze. Let's see what it says. Damn it! You're supposed to have it there on the article for me. March, end of March, March 22nd.
Yep, we will be there.
Yeah. God, it's been a while since I've watched Turtles 2.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I'll probably wait for my next viewing when the 4K comes out, and of course, see it on the big screen, like we said before.
Well, those are some of the things that we bought, some of the things that we watched, and I think next time we talk Turtles, I'll bring that book bag up there. I won't open it now just to because I know there's stuff in there. I'll open it and unearth it and see what we got inside that Ninja Turtle book bag. I'm sure it's not. I think it's nothing but Ninja Turtle stuff that's in there.
Yeah.
So we will see what's hidden away in that. We'll be back on Friday with Master Powercast since I'm I am off this week, so Friday we'll be back at you, and we're going to do a character spotlight on Jitsu. Last time we did a character spotlight was Clamp Champ, so Jitsu is up next. One of Tyler's favorite characters, one of mine too. You look at the toy. I don't want to start talking about Jitsu here, but the toy especially is just really stands out.
Oh, absolutely. So, well, for people who are disappointed that we haven't talked to He-Man in 2 weeks, like you'll get your fix next week. We just it's fun. It's fun for us to take a break and recharge the battery before we dive back into the our flagship content.
Yeah. But I hope everyone enjoyed our little stint here through the time corridor. As I said, we'll be back Friday with your regularly scheduled Master Powercast. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure you give it a like, leave a comment down below. Let us know your thoughts on this episode of Ninja Turtles. Subscribe to all the links that we also have down there. Serial Geek. We have Danielle's Terror at Collinwood, Dark Shadows podcast. Go check out Battleground blog. Check out the new He-Man.org. Those guys are doing great work over on that website. And subscribe here if you haven't done so already as well. And until later, let the power return.
How about a bumper sandwich, booger lips?
I'm sitting there in my mind. I'm like, this sounds like a Ninja Turtle thing.
No,
it's not.
No.
Booger lips. Is this gonna be Ernest Scared Stupid?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm like, yeah, that's.
I might commercials and everything. So I couldn't wait to see that line in the movie when I finally saw it in theaters.
We were both, admittedly, as young kids, chicken shits back then.
Oh God, yeah. I was scared of almost everything.
I seem to remember seeing stuff for Ernest Scared Stupid TV spots and being like, that might be too scary, and I'm not gonna watch it. I loved Ernest Goes to Jail so much, and when I saw that, we have to go see it. And the troll, like Trantor, like was scary, but I didn't go home and oh my God, like be freaked out. But like sitting in the theater and seeing certain moments where he's mimicking other characters' voices to scare the kids, like it was creepy. But then when all the trolls come out and all hell breaks loose, like, no, this is awesome. Like everyone's kicking ass and killing the trolls with the super soakers with milk. Like, I don't want to do that. Yeah.
So it has its moments where because the music and everything and the opening credits with all the public domain monster movies that Ernest is reacting to in the opening credits, like, what is that movie? What is that monster? Like,
yeah, it's pretty genius to do that.
Yeah. It's either that or Ernest Goes to Jail is like they're the best. Like, I have so much fun watching those movies. They're not dated or just like, oh, they're corny, they're of their time, but there's like, no, they're fun movies. I enjoyed the fuck out of Ernest Scared Stupid the other day.
Well, with October looming here in a few weeks, you and I need to sit and kind of formulate a little list that we're going to do when we do shows in October, because that's sort of been the thing is come that time, we kind of swap from talking about Master Universe and other properties and other cartoons. We kind of changed it up to talk more about like horror films, and maybe Ernest Scared Stupid is something that
I think it would be awesome, because it would be good, like I said, to get your current view on. And I watched it about maybe 2 years back, and I was like, oh my God, this movie still holds up. This is amazing. Jim Varney's comedic timing is wonderful. He's funny, and it just brings back so many memories of like what parts creeped me out as a kid, but what parts got me pumped. And like they got nunchucks to fight trolls with. This is awesome.
Well, we'll leave it to you on that note. Some stuff to look forward to in the future, and we'll see you guys on Friday.
Take care.
Yeah. We need the dues. Good. Larry Kroger is now pledged to Delta Tau Chi. Next slide, please, D-Day.